Okay, got this Redmax blower today. Not sure what model it is. Usually it's on that pull start thing. Let's see what this is. Redmax EBZ 2750 27500 RH. Okay. And the guy dropped it off. Gabe said just wasn't running right. Something's going on with it, so we're gonna figure out what's happening. I'm gonna take some of this gas out, and before I do that, let's start up, see what it does. Okay, he did mention that this little choke lever deal was busted, and that's fine. It seems like he's okay with doing that, but actually here is the choke. So the choke up, that's open choke. For this, down is the choke on, or the choke is blocking the airway. Fuel lines don't look too bad. This one right here is pretty rigid. Yeah, it looks like they've seen much better days. And let's see if we can get on the filter here and see what's going on with it. Let's just see how it runs. Okay, so it should have choke on now, and let's see what happens. Okay, so that throttle cable is not returning, so that's something. And I don't know exactly what this does, but I'm just going to leave it alone. Should have a primer bulb. Okay, there it is. Feels like the primer bulb's a little sloppy. Maybe it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. There's no active leakage on it. Let's see what it does. And we got the switch to the up on the handle. I got it to the wide open right now. I'll just put it up a little bit so the throttle's not wide open. Okay, that was with this choke in the up position. Now I'm gonna rotate this. I'll leave the choke in the down position. I'm smelling gas. Oh, it's probably because I didn't close the... Okay. Smelling pretty rich. Let's try to do that again. I'll put this choke down. Rotate this thing back over. Rotating to the right, left. Okay, when I let off the throttle and then tried to give it throttle again, it just died off. It would not pick back up. So let's see, it seems to work and start when this thing is in the down position. That lifts that, probably lifts that needle up, allowing more fuel in there. Thing won't idle, will it? Okay. And I don't think this carburetor has any adjustments on it. These don't. So I'm thinking carburetor. I might take a look at the exhaust screen, but the way with it running so great at high speed, I doubt that the carburetor or the spark suppressor, flame suppressor in the exhaust system there is clogged up. I really doubt it. It might be something we could take a look at, but I do want to look at the filter down here and see what's going on with that. If there's anything extra weird happening. Just take a look. I'll probably just opt for replacing the carburetor on this thing and seeing what happens. This line's pretty brittle. Brittle lines, I mean, that's something. But okay, there's the, so that's actually the line for the filter, and that's pretty hard. Take it out, take a look at it. I mean, the line looks like it's very brittle, hard, and maybe we could get another filter on there. I mean, I'm looking down in there at it. It doesn't look bad. Probably not going to take it out because it's like really crimping that line as I do it, as I try to take it out and get around the filter itself instead of the line. Need like a hook. Okay, so I mean, this filter, it doesn't look bad. Like I said, the line is hard, but is it messing with fuel flow? I don't know. I might put a new line on this and see if it changes anything, but it's not looking bad. It's just that the line is hardened, as they all get. At some point they get hard. Okay, and that's it. I get a new line and filter in there and see what it does, but let's take a look at the air cleaner, see what's going on with it. Just kind of stick with the basics here. So I'll go to the top and take that air cleaner off. I'm going to shove this down in there so it goes all the way down in. More straight in there like that. Do want a little bit of slop. This does wiggle around. Okay. Take a look at the air filter, see what's happening up here. Oh, that's like brand new. Okay. Actually should be a foam piece in there too. Yeah, there's a little foam in there. It's brand new, so they've been doing that. Boy, that thing won't idle though. Wonder if we can adjust this idle up a little bit so it stays running at low speeds. I'm actually going to take some of that fuel out right now. Okay, gonna pull this carb off, see what's going on. Got these clamps. Loosen up. Take off this little manifold. And then we have a couple of these Phillips. and then 2 of these Torx tip. See that? It was smelling rich, pretty rich. Okay, it's not too much excessive oil in there, a little bit. Some oil is down in there. All right, so we got the light colored lines going to the very bottom. Then we got this one coming to the side, the black one. And now we'll pull the trigger a little bit, give it some slack. Take that throttle cable out of there. There we go, so we got that. Now I want to take a look at what's going on here. See if this is working correctly. Yep, pumping fuel back through there. Looks like it might be leaking here. A little bit on the side. Okay, so we'll get into this real quick. Maybe clean it off, see what's going on inside of there. Okay, taking a look at this now. Got 4 of these little screws. Things are looking pretty clean so far. And diaphragm has probably seen better days. Feels a little crispy. And on these, the dimple part goes down toward this little rocker right here for the needle. And I'm looking for the screen. Here's the filter screen. Sometimes that gets clogged up. It's nice and clean. We can just blow this out. And then I like to let this diaphragm get a little like dry. I mean, that diaphragm's seen better days. It's kind of, I don't know if you can hear it. It's a little crispy. And if we let this dry off, so all the fuel's off of it, I'm just patting it dry. Once it gets super dry, then you can really hear it. It sounds like a potato chip or something. But that diaphragm just could probably use changing. I'll bet that's all that's really the issue with this one. Just this diaphragm. They just start going, and I surely don't think I have one of these, but we'll see. And when you're putting these back in, like I said, the that dimple goes down onto the needle actuator part right here. right down on there. And they most all these diaphragms have like this round with 5 holes in it. That part goes down, and then there's a gasket here on the underside first. Gasket, then the diaphragm is how it goes back together. So I'm thinking this diaphragm just needs to go. It's a little hard. Yeah, now you can really start to hear it. Kind of crunchy. So on this one, my diagnosis is this diaphragm is not allowing the machine to operate properly at idle, low speeds. The weakness of this diaphragm just isn't letting it run at low speed and operate as efficiently as it could be. And then we'll just blow out the rest of this carburetor and call it good. Hopefully that'll fix the issue. I'll come back to this, but I'll go ahead and get some parts ordered, see if I can find this locally. It's almost better to just go ahead and buy a replacement carburetor at this point. Get a cheap China from Amazon, and it should run just fine. Instead of trying to hunt down, you're going to pay more for a diaphragm kit and a carburetor rebuild kit than you are for a brand new Chinese carburetor that'll fit on this machine. I mean, it's going to be the same price, or even a little less, buying the whole carburetor new from Amazon. And if you bought a new one, like name brand Redmax carburetor, this thing's probably close to $200, or you can spend probably $25 on Amazon and get a cheap China that's going to work. But remember, you know, there's always something that's off on those cheap Chinese parts that you can get. But anyway, that's it for that. I'll come back and do a little video after I replace the diaphragm or the whole carburetor and show you how it works.